Good evening. I just wanted to share with you actually tonight. I entered my 50th year this year. I became 50 in lockdown. No party, but I enjoyed it. And it's one of those, 50 is one of those milestone, you know, you look at your achievements when you've got that milestone age and you're thinking, what have I achieved? And then you think, I haven't achieved anything. So I was thinking, right, 2020 is my year. This is the year that I will actually finally achieve something. So I was feeling positive. New Year's Eve, I was on my own, looking out the window at midnight. Kids were in bed. You know, back in the old days when the kids used to go to bed before midnight. And I thought, I'll have a look out the window. And I love fireworks. So I thought, I'll look out the window, see if I can see a load of fireworks. I'll brighten up the start of my year. And I looked out the window and I could hear them, but I couldn't see. I didn't see one firework. It was just no fireworks whatsoever, and I was a bit gutted. But what I did see was a man pull up our street, get out of his car, and wee on my fence. So that was a nice start to the year. So I thought, well, I'll go to bed. I'll wake up tomorrow more positive. So woke up the next morning, and I was like, I woke up with nits. I had nits. I didn't even realise that adults could get nits, to be honest. And I was like, I was one of them sort of smug, judgmental types, you know, the ones that sort of, you say, oh, your kids have got nits. Oh, you know, they only go for clean air, you know, they only get in clean air. You know, they don't go for dirty air, they go for clean air. And inside I'm thinking, I didn't have nits when I was a child, and my children have never had nits. But things change, don't they? Things change. Karma comes. So fast forward now to February. So February I was like, right, January might have been a little bit pants, a little bit shit, but February is going to be fab. Fab February I called it. Anyway, I got a phone call one day and it was from this venue up the road where I booked my 50th birthday party. And they said, oh, we're just ringing to give you some bad news. I was like, all right, what's that? They went, we've got a flooded yurt's flooded. And I was like, oh, right. And I was going to be in a beautiful yurt, fire pits, sparkly lights, but floods. I live in that part of Yorkshire that has flooded in February. So I thought, well, there's no what you can do. There's nothing you can do. So anyway, literally 10 minutes later, I got a call from the school, my kids' school, and they said, you're going to have to come and pick them up because we've had a flood warning and we need to close the school. And I was like, close the school? And they closed the school for 6 days, 6 whole days. How am I going to cope? I thought, with 6 kids, my kids there for 6 days. Now they're off for 6 months, and yippee! And obviously, with kids being at home, you know, the big topic is homeschooling. Everybody's at it. I mean, it used to be just the odd random hippie that used to do it. No offence to random hippies, but now everybody's at it. Everybody's got to do it. Everybody, the famous people, rich people, poor people, we're all at it. And there's lots of different types of homeschoolers, isn't there? You know, we see them all on social media. And there's obviously they're really well organised. They're so organised, and they're doing 7 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're just, they're doing amazing things. And then there's they're putting their achievements on. All these achievements that all the kids are getting, achieving this and they're achieving that. And I'm like, them little buggers are achieving more than I am right now. And then you've got your whiners. Your people that whine. I can't do it. It's too hard. I don't understand. And I was like, how hard can this be? How hard can this be? So on the 10th day of homeschooling, I actually wrote a little poem, and I'm gonna share it with you now, and it'll give you a little bit of an idea of my homeschooling techniques. And the poem is simply entitled, "Get out of bed, miss!" It's noon, day 10 of this homeschooling lark, and I'm feeling rather guilty. Should a teacher still be laid in bed at her desk all warm and quilty? whilst others are up at 7 a.m, having exercised by 9:30. I've slept through it all. My last wash, can't recall. And I've started to smell and look dirty. But what kind of teacher do I want to be? I should try, be a bit more inspiring. Like Dead Poets Society's Mr. Keating, using poetry to keep minds inquiring. Or perhaps I should have run a wicked regime, like the brutal and vicious Miss Trunchbull, and make them gorge on chocolate cake as I cackle with they struggle with each mouthful. I'd definitely be more of an Edna, I think, better known as Mrs. Crumbobble, using sarcasm and wit and drinking on the job, teaching maths with a gin and pineapple. But there's fortnight battles to be fought, sibling rivalries getting fraught. But at 2:30, despite all that fuss, I decide to make a start. I'm in it, soul and heart, and read through all this work school has sent us. Use conjunctions to express time, place and cause, and nouns and verbs should feature. I was totally confused as the clock struck 3, which means now we can break up for Easter. So that was my half hour of teaching before Easter. I have done some more homeschooling since, I promise, at least another half hour. So I'm going to leave you now, finally, with I got another phone call, and it was from my sister, and she said to me, I've got some news for you. I was like, all right, what? She said, they reckon that there's going to be at least one good thing that comes out of lockdown. And I was like, all right, what's that then? And she said, they reckon nits are going to die out. And I was like, I don't think so. I've had nits. I know nits. They won't die out. So I wrote this as a quick sort of reply to that news. Oh, who are we kidding? Nits are little shits. It's so chuffing hard to get rid of the little gits. They don't say bye, they say, I'll see you later. They keep coming back like a frigging Terminator. If they could talk, they'd know the crack. Their parting words to us would always be, I'll be back. Thank you very much. Good night.